Hi everybody, and welcome to your monthly reading by sign. Thank you for your patience as we finish up these last three signs. Let's see who is next. We have Libra. Welcome, Libra. Be sure to check out your moon and rising sign if you haven't done so already for a more complete view of the month. So today we're going to talk about, the remaining events happening in June. We have the new moon happening June 18th or 17th, depending on where you are in the world. And then we have, that'll be in your sister sign, Gemini. So any placements you have in Libra will be harmoniously trined by that new moon. And then we also have the summer solstice on the 21st. Okay, so these two cards flipped over first. Let's take a look. We got the Fool and the Eight of Wands. Okay, fast getaway, perhaps? Or needing to make a quick decision. Let's see what's underneath our deck here before I get into the rest of the cards. The Queen of Swords. Okay, so your element as well. And even though the Eight of Wands is fire, the fact that they're flying through the air gives me the impression of that element as well. So the decision, though, the Queen of decisiveness, fairness, judgment. Let's see what's going on. This is you for sure, Libra, regardless of your gender. So let's take a look at the next one, the Seven of Cups. So you may have multiple choices, multiple options, and you're going to rely on your mental acuity to make the best decision for you. The Wheel of Fortune. Okay, Jupiter, expansion. We did just have the full moon conjunct, or the full moon where Jupiter was conjunct the North Node. So the direction you're heading with the Fool and the Eight of Wands, going towards that expansive North Node. And then we have the Page of Swords. Okay. Information, communication, invitation. Okay, this could be you deliberating here with the Seven of Cups. Could be some confusion, some options you have to sort through. That could be also the Eight of Wands as well, deciding which direction to go. You just know you got to go, but you don't know where. Okay, so let's take a look at your astrology cards and see where you're headed this month, Libra. And perhaps that new moon, coming up, that'll be the your first step in your new direction, or that's when you'll make your decision. You got some information that came in around the 3rd or 4th of June. Could have been that invitation that you received, or maybe you got accepted to a job or a university. Somewhere you're off to a new start. And maybe that the Seven of Cups is the uncertainty, not knowing what that will bring. But with the Wheel of Fortune next to it, it seems whatever it is, it's a change from what you are experiencing right now, whether it's up or down. It can be on a personal level. Here we have the cardinal signs. Now, those usually indicate the beginning of a new season. I mentioned the summer solstice. That's the first day of Cancer season here. We have Aries. Also, your sign is cardinal, Libra, Capricorn. And so it is the turning of the wheel. The Wheel of Fortune even here depicts the 4 seasons, right? Winter, spring, summer, fall. So with this new season, if you're in the northern hemisphere being summer, or the southern it being winter, then you're off in a new direction regardless. Okay, it's like taking a left turn or a right turn or whatever you want to call it, but you're deviating from your usual path. All right. Throwing a kink into the matrix, into the system. So we have house 4, family roots, home, peace, and comfort. So again, it could be doing something that's non-traditional to your family, whether that be a different religion or career. But it's could also, right, the fact that it's underneath the Fool card, leaving home for the first time, or moving homes. But you're definitely doing something out of character for your family. And Pisces, intimacy, intuition, and compassion. Water sign there. Okay, so we again have the first day of the season of Cancer happening June 21st, which is also a water sign like Pisces. And Cancer does rule the 4th house of home there. So it's an emotional beginning. There could be some tears shed around your departure or your change of heart, but it could also be tears of joy and happiness. Let's see where we're going here. Virgo, integrity, reverence, and service. So again, maybe some of you are following a higher calling that you feel that you need to serve the people or the greater good. There's something that you're being called to do, And perhaps that's what that invitation was. And now you're being service to others with the Virgo there, or taking care of your health. Maybe you have to leave for your own peace of mind, your own physical health, if it was an unhealthy environment where toxic behaviors were taking place. Pisces in its negative aspect can be overindulgent. Or there could have been people in your home that you were sharing a home with that had some of those negative traits that were starting to affect you. So this could be you looking out for your own health or the well-being of others. And then we have Mars, move forward and defend self. Yeah. Okay, so it is for your own good. Taking defensive action around surrounding your energy and protecting your health. Okay, so with the action, though, that goes perfectly with the Wheel of Fortune and the Eight of Wands, which is fire, passion, movement, as well as the Fool into a new direction. Okay, and finally we have mutable, surrender, fluidity, and welcoming change. Okay. So we're currently in the season of Gemini in tropical astrology. We will enter that June 15th in sidereal astrology, but the fluidity, coming back to the water, the emotions, following your heart as opposed to your head. Whereas sometimes you may have used that irrefutable logic, that discernment as the Queen of Swords. You have a great track record of deducting what is the best move for you. I feel like in this situation, though, it's more of an emotion-based decision. Because some of you may have to surrender your thoughts, to yield to the power of your emotions in order to allow this change to happen, because you may have some resistance in your head or thoughts in your head that tell you, that any fears or negative thoughts or doubts that might get in the way. But this is encouraging you to tap into your emotional side with Pisces and Cancer there, and Virgo, also a receptive sign, to allow for this change. Surrender to the change that's coming to you. It feels almost unavoidable or inevitable, so instead of swimming against the current, it's best to just relax and let it carry you downstream to a better settlement, a new location. And there's Pisces showing up again, as it did here, and Virgo, of course, as it did here. So, okay, let's get into your oracle cards. I want to get a rose oracle for you first. I get a bit of anxiety or a feeling of overwhelm with the Seven of Cups. It could be there's a lot of uncertain variables, and that might make you uncomfortable. Not having everything planned to a T. Virgo can do that too, so you may have some Virgo placements there, but wanting things to be well planned in advance. And I don't get that sense that that's going to be an option for you this month. You may have to just allow the change to happen in the time that it's coming, and not on your watch, but the universe's watch. Underneath the deck, we have the second bloom, a second chance. It's never too late, and new possibilities. So again, maybe if you feel like you missed your opportunity in one area of your life, it's coming back around with the Wheel of Fortune showing up there. This could be your second chance at either a relationship or a job or an educational opportunity, a work opportunity. So things are coming back around for you, and this is your chance to take action with Mars and pursue that. And then we have the Thorn, protection, boundaries, and clear communication. Well, air signs are notorious for that, though, especially the Queen of Swords. Setting firm boundaries, again, protecting yourself. I mentioned some of you having to leave a situation in order to preserve your own mental or physical health. So once you make this decision, once you set your word is law, your word is final. I think that's the clear communication, again, showing up at the Queen of Swords and the Page of Swords. So there'll be no mistaking your decision. Nobody will be confused by it. I think you say your piece, or you've said your piece, and that's what's going to happen. So there's no changing your mind once it's made up. Okay, let's get a look at your archetype card here. Archetype for Libra in June. You know what? I moved that Rose Oracle deck, and this card was left behind. Let's see what it is. Healing is happening. You're not broken. Trust the process. It is safe to soften. Okay. Yeah, I think that has to do with getting in touch with your emotions, the mutable thing. It's being changeable, being okay to soften any rigidity in your emotional state. So, all right. The archetype card, the mask, number 61. And underneath we have Kairos, which has to do with divine timing. It has to do with Kairos is Chronos, Saturn, Father Time. So the time, I think, is expired on something, someone, or some situation. The mask is titled The Persona, the Performance, the Reveal. We often think of our mask as something that conceals our identity, yet contemplate the possibility that the mask permits our true identity to be revealed. It allows. The mask gives voice to that which was previously rejected. When this card appears, enact the side of you that is seeking expression, yet was never given a role to play on the stage of your life. You are in the realm of theater, so anything is possible. Speak with the other's voice, embody the other's limbs. You are taking part in the ritual of expanding the self. There may be mischief and deception around, and others may be trying on new masks too. No one is sure who is who. It's likely you've become so attached to a single mask that you need to fall face forward into this perception-bending time. Trust it. Okay, the side is, think of a mask or costume you wore that felt empowering, marvelous, or fun. Who was it you were being? Is that who still within you? As the Zen Quan suggests, meditate on your original face, the one you had before your mother and father were born. Okay, so the mask, speaking of deception, right? And we had this deception card show up in the Seven of Cups. There could be illusion or confusion, about who you really are. Maybe part of this decision is part of you finding your true self, your true identity, and maybe you felt like you've been putting on masks or people pleasing for a long time, and this is your opportunity with the Second Chances card coming around. And this even says that you're taking part in a ritual of expanding the self, with Jupiter showing up in the Wheel of Fortune, and it was recently conjunct the North Node during the full moon. That's your opportunity to take off this mask. If you've been a false self, if you haven't been pursuing your emotions because you've been so tied up in this obligation to present yourself as somebody that you were conditioned to be, or that maybe you've just become comfortable in that role. And this is giving you permission, basically, to reveal the truth of your desires, your wishes, your hopes, wherever it is that you're wanting the future to take you. That's why the second chance came up. Like maybe you put your dreams on hold to have a family, or you didn't go to school because you had to work, and now there's an opportunity coming around, or an invitation for you to pick up where you left off. Okay, let's take a look at your alchemy card. And, the Kairos card here is telling you it's time, it's divine timing. Let's take a look at the alchemy card here. Alchemy card for Libra. Sublimation, number 67. So sublimation is the transition of matter going from a solid state to a gas state. It's almost that rapid and instantaneous. It doesn't go through the liquid state. Again, I got that feeling of immediacy or rapidity here in the beginning with the Eight of Wands showing up. And now we have a bird pictured on the card as well, which is also of the element of air, of the flying, of the flight of fancy here. There's a bird showing up there as well. Okay. Time to, and also the nest here on house 4. So time to, as they say, flew the coop, or to leave the house of comfort. All right, the title of this card is Elevation, Rising, and Flight. Sublimatio is the great alchemical operation of air. It occurs when there is enough heat to change a solid substance into a gas, causing it to rise up, up, and away. Therefore, when sublimation is present, there is an aspect of celebrated elevation, of ascending above and gaining a greater perspective. Birds in flight, mountain peaks, ladders, and balloons are all sublimatio images. As with all the operations, sublimatio has a shadow potential. Through ascension, there is a risk of separating from others, of sensing oneself higher or above. This risk is particularly great in spiritual traditions that offer a linear model of achievement. The divine alchemist rises humbly and supports the upliftment of others, always in touch with the cycle of humanity. Service is the natural balancing agent for sublimatio. It may be the next rung on your ladder. A side note, say hike up a mountain or gaze out an airplane window, notice sublimatio occurring within. You may feel wonder, awe, or a shift of perspective. Use this energy to write or draw. Dissociation is an example of sublimatio in shadow. When the card appears, reconnect with the feelings you'd rather avoid. Be with them rather than rising above them. And it even highlights this sentence here in the description. Service is the natural balancing agent for sublimatio. And here we have Virgo. It's a service, again, to humanity. Service, integrity, reverence. So maybe reminding you as you rise the ranks or rise the rungs of the ladder, that you are lifting yourself up spiritually, physically, financially, whatever it is, to keep your your achievements in check. Like, don't let it go to your head as being greater than others because of your accomplishments. It's okay to be proud of the work that you've put in, but, again, remember your roots, where you came from, your house 4, that it did require a great leap of faith for you to pursue this next step in your life. And hopefully, in your success, you can rise up and encourage others to follow in your process. Okay, let's get a mystical wisdom oracle for you. Live life to the fullest, dragonfly. Okay, more wing symbolism. Again, that expansiveness, the higher perspective. There's definitely an elevation in your energy field. And the next card we have is Epiphany, seek clarity. Looks like a phoenix, even though it's a peacock. But again, there's some pride, something to be proud of. Growing up out of the darkness, coming out of a difficult situation. And underneath we have Archangel Raphael, power of healing for mind, body, and spirit. So again, I feel with the Virgo card there as well, Virgo's synonymous with healing. Either you're working on healing yourself or you're becoming skilled in the art of healing others. Okay. Take some Making Magic cards for you. Oh, they're upside down. Okay. This one, love charm, attract a lover, soulmate, or life partner. And these wanted to flip over to the tree of life, true wisdom and making good choices in life. And perseverance, the motivation to keep going despite the odds. And underneath we have the element of earth. Ask the element of earth for grounding, stability, and strength in times of chaos. You do have Virgo there working to your benefit as well. Okay, yeah, staying grounded. What is it? Keep your feet on the ground, but reach for the stars. So it's there, meaning that there's no achievement if there's no physical action taken either. So it can't all just exist in your mind. Physical responsibilities and actions have to be taken in order to see this dream that's in your mind come down to reality, as above, so below. So let's take a look at some of your angel cards to finish up this reading. Presence. Okay. All right. So you give off a presence. People can sense your energy when you enter a room or you are in the presence of your angels, your guides. You have truth. Okay, and that's apparent in the Queen of Swords too. And then taking off of the mask. Humor. Always good medicine. Purpose. Yeah, there's that climbing of the mountains that I referenced earlier about in sublimation. They're talking about getting a higher perspective. And this is you reaching the apex, working towards achieving that goal. And then we have efficiency. Yeah, working smarter, not harder. There's definitely a shift in your work ethic, your energy levels. I think there's going to be more time for rest and recovery, and because you're changing the way you're doing things. And I think I get this image that your body is going to be running more efficiently. Efficiently using energy or time management is going to be important as well too with Kairos here. All right, Libra, I wish you the best for the remainder of June. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this message, and we'll see you next time. Bye.